All right, thank you for joining the Veteran Growth Podcast and listening to this episode. I'm your host, Kyle Hartman. If you're watching this on IGTV, this is the very first time that I've done this, so thank you for watching, thank you for listening on this episode. This isn't going to be a very long episode, 10 minutes or less. I'm going to be putting out a lot more of these skits, basically just putting out one piece of advice, something that I've learned along my life through failure, struggle, successes, different things. So first and foremost, today is Mother's Day. I wanted to wish everybody a very special Mother's Day, okay? To all the moms out there, you guys play such an important role in people's successes, okay? And one thing I want to point out, if you are a mother and you're listening and you have children or you're planning to have children, always be sure that you're making permission known for your children, okay? Never give them the inclination that you doubt their choices and what they want to do and what they're dreaming of, because you can really hinder your children because they care so much about your opinion, okay? And if you're somebody that is going through life, if you're an adult, a young adult, whatever the case may be, maybe you're older, if you're living under people's opinions, if you're worried about what your family and relatives and loved ones think of your dreams, okay, that is a problem and we have got to address it. So I'm sort of just going on this episode to talk about giving people permission. And one of the things I've noticed a lot, I don't know what it is with the show, with the things that I'm doing within my personal life, okay, but I have a lot of people that are reaching out to me, okay, and that's wonderful. I love networking. I love meeting people. This is just something it's starting to stick out to me, okay? It's this whole idea of like saying what you're gonna do versus taking action on just doing the things that you're wanting to do, okay? And I get a lot of people that will hit me up and, I'll set up time to talk to them. I offer free coaching and mentorship to anybody that reaches out to me, okay? And it's something that I don't mind doing. However, I get so much of this. I have this idea, I'm going to do this, and if they ask me for advice, I give them sort of like a task or just something to show that they really are going to put effort towards the idea or their dream. And then it's, then there's just all these excuses or all this came up, and it's like, I give you a week or like a big amount of time to accomplish this task. But then the next time we talk, it's like, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. Let me just put this out clear for everybody to understand, because I was this type of person, okay? I think I lost a lot of respect from people who were successful for most of my early adulthood because I made a lot of these false promises. I would get in the moment. It's like getting, motivated to work out, and you keep saying, I'm going to go to the gym on Monday. I'm going to go to the gym this year on the new year. And then you just don't. It fizzles out. Okay? And so if you can get to the root of that and become somebody who isn't an I'm gonna person, you're going to become a lot more successful. Not only that, you're going to gain so much more respect in business and in life, in your relationships. For those of you that feel lonely, if you feel like your friends don't respect you and they don't respect your time, maybe you should look into the mirror. Maybe you should find out if you're one of those people that tells people like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and then you just don't. And then you don't worry about the repercussion. You don't worry about their side of life of like, okay, you blew them off. Like, that has an effect on people, and it certainly has an effect on successful business owners, okay, because their time is more precious to them than you could probably ever imagine, okay? And so that's sort of the key highlight here that I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to talk about it. If you're somebody who has dreams and aspirations and goals, but you're maybe like where you live, where you're staying is like small town minded, everybody there is small town, and I hate to judge small town folks, but it's just like a lot of times like you're just grown up and you don't see any other part of the world, and like what you know is all you know. It's just how it is. So it's not a bad thing. But if you're somebody who has like these dreams, goals, aspirations, and you think that like people that are closest to you are going to judge you negatively on these actions that you might take, I'm reaching out to you personally. I want to talk to you personally. My only condition is just don't say you're going to do something if you're not going to do it. And if you have worries, if you have fear, if it causes anxiety, then good. It's supposed to. Success is built from struggle, and you're not going to find struggle unless you go out of your comfort zone. You got to fail. You have to just be okay with it. Who is stopping you? Okay? That's what I want you guys to think about this. Like, really sit there in your head right now and think, like, who pins you down within your family, within your life? If it's nobody, and you're still having trouble following out with your dreams, then you really need to check yourself again, because like I always thought I didn't care what people thought. The truth of the matter was I did for a very, very long time, and it sort of hindered me. You know, it caused me to go to college and fail out. Not that I'm blaming people for my problems, but my heart wasn't set on going to college, and I did. And I spent a lot of money trying, and it just became a failure. And that was one of the like stepping stones of my life where I learned I've got to make life choices for myself, okay? So the next decision I made was the military, which was something that I always wanted to do. And I flourished for a very long time, became a very good soldier, okay? And then, like, somewhere along that career, I still went back into caring too much about, like, what family members might have thought, different things like that. So I held myself for my maximum potential. And it doesn't have to be in the military, it doesn't have to be college. If you're doing that at work, if you're doing that with your interpersonal relationships, you're going to fail yourself. It's just bottom line how the world works. Okay, so stop waiting for permission to become who you think you deserve to become. And if you think you deserve to become somebody who's mega rich and you're not willing to put in the work to become wealthy, to become financially literate, you know, to become financially free, if you'd rather go to the bar over the weekend and spend $150 versus investing that $150 into your dream business, then you have a problem. And that's why I'm hoping this reaches out and grabs somebody who's sort of in this mental state of not being happy, but like not thinking that they need to improve either. Because I was once there, and so I'm passionate about reaching out to those individuals who just are blind to it. Okay, so if you're looking up to people, if you're reaching out to people who you want to be like, always keep in mind, like, they need to see some sort of productivity from you. You're not going to gain any bit of their respect. You must show them that you are capable to do things on your own first before they're going to be able to give you whatever they're putting out that brings value to you. Okay, so I hope this helps somebody out there. If it doesn't, that's okay. We're going to keep putting these out. This is the first one. Obviously, it's just me. I'm recording on IGTV, and I don't know what this is going to evolve into. I'm getting a lot of inspiration from the MFCEO project by Andy Frisella. He does a wonderful job with his show, and I want to kind of beef this show up. So this is my attempt to do that. I hope you guys, like I said, have a great, wonderful Mother's Day weekend, Sunday, whatever. However you guys celebrate, you know, just make sure you thank your mom. Tell them that we love them within this community because they're so important to our success. And other than that, share this with a veteran that you guys know who is working on their personal development. That's what this show is about. It's a personal development podcast. It is highlighting a lot of business. It is highlighting a lot of branding, media, arts, things like that. But the real topic of discussion with each interview and with each episode that I put out personally is really going to be personal growth and development. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Come back next time to another episode of the Veteran Growth Podcast, and we will see you then.